But I will tell you the story. It's very quick. So I know this sounds like a lot of name dropping, but it's just the business we work in. So, right. So when he won the Emmy, remember when he won an
And
Emmy
Will and
for
Grace.
Will
Yeah.
and Grace? It was also
Mhm.
the same year that Jeremy Piven won for Entourage. Right. So I found myself at Jeremy Piven's house randomly. And it was right after he had won the Emmy and everything. And so I was like, oh, congratulations on your Emmy. He goes, do you want to go down and like hold it or whatever? And I was like, no. I said, that's okay. I said, I just held my friend's Emmy the other day. He's like, who's your friend? I was like, Leslie Jordan. And Leslie Jordan to me was like bigger than he was.
Yeah.
That's
Good.
hilarious.
So I figured that's a cute little story.
Yeah. Crazy. Oh, these Hollywood stories. And I don't think that you're name dropping in any regard. And if anyone ever gives you that energy, you have just got to know that this is, you work around these people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Kellie, as a publicist for 20 something years, I mean, me with these great radio or podcast or television stories, it's like, and you in the world of acting and producing, and gosh, Dorinda's slashes go, through the roof. I would hate for anyone to be like making you feel bad, like, oh, here she goes name dropping. It's like, no, I'm just telling part of my story, my history.
Yeah.
Look, I'm ready to fight for you. Who wants to fight, Dorinda?
No, it's just so funny because like it just reminded me of something like I don't know if you, Ronnie, if you saw, but Gina, our friend Gina that is on the radio in San Diego, Gina the Latina, she had Jeremy Piven on her radio show recently, and like she went to shake his hand. There's like a video of him coming in the studio, and she went to shake his hand, and he totally like just ditched her, like just dismissed her, and he did it, and she like makes this face, and it's hilarious. And she's like, and then everybody's like making all these excuses. Well, he had a lot of things in his hand, and maybe COVID, and like all this stuff, and it was just so funny that it was on, like she had posted it on social, and it was such a thing. And I told her, I was like, well, just wait, because I have my own Jeremy Piven story. When I used to work at this high profile place that he used to come to parties at all the time, and he was at this one party, and he was kind of like on one. So he came with who was the other one in Entourage that played E? What's his name? Kevin Conley?
Yeah.
Okay, so Kevin Conley is like my arch nemesis for like no reason whatsoever. I've just kind of like made this up that I've always just like, oh, he gets on my and it's so unfounded, like it's so ridiculous. But quick background on that. I used to see him around town all the time, and he would always like give me these weird looks. And I would always be like, what? And then he would always like pop up places. So it's like he was like wanted to come to this party, and I'm like, he's already on the list. Why is he always giving me shit? And so it just became like this funny inside joke that it's like, I can't stand him. Get away. So anyway, they're at this party together, and we had a photographer kind of like taking pictures for the host of the party, and they're just like private stuff. It was never anything we put out on social or out in press. And he comes over to me, and he's just like sweaty and like drunk and like whatever, and he's like, we're just like trying to live our life, and it's just like not cool. And he's like talking to me like this, and I'm just standing there like laughing, and I'm like, don't worry, I got your back, just smile, these pictures aren't going anywhere, just tell Kevin to cool it, like all is good, don't worry about it, I got you. And he's like, okay, because it's just, we just want to chill. And he's just talking so slow, and like the words are just like going on forever. And it just made me think about that. I was like, Gina, I gotta tell you the story. Like, don't worry, because I saw him like all sweaty and like jacked up and like whatever, and it was hilarious. So